Okay, welcome back to Revelation. This is chapter 13, and we're going to look at verses 6 through 11 just so that we can set the stage of events where we are in this narrative. All right, number 6 is going to be still Obama, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God. Now remember, I tell you that the Antichrist does this also, but they try to fulfill in your eyes as Obama as the Antichrist for a good reason, and I will tell you. But towards the end of this, number 7, it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. Still Obama. And that's what I call the little war, and that is going to be the second cup event. And that event will catapult the world into the new world order. As we see here, power was given him over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. So this event is the small war. And how does it relate to the saints? Good question. Now, there is going to be another war on the saints, but as I said, this will be the small war. I see this in this way. When we're talking about saints, we're going to relate that to religion. And then I'll also relate that to freedom of religion. And one thing that we know about the New World Order is that it is going to be not only a one world government, but it's going to be a one world religion. So this is how they overcome the saints, which is going to be through the laws, which will be the law of the New World Order, which is going to be the abolishment of the freedom of religion. Verse 8, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. All right, now this is the Antichrist, and we can see that it's quite fitting because we're getting a description of events that have not yet happened yet. This is what's happening now. This is what's about to happen, and that this is what's going to happen after it. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. Now that is the Antichrist. It will not be this one. Okay, now that's Obama. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. And then we see the plural enter the scene, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. Now this will be the aliens, i.e. the demons, the fallen ones that accompany them. Now that will be the locust that come from the inner earth, and that should be the fifth trumpet. Okay? So, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, the Antichrist, whose names are not written in the book of life. That will be the locusts that accompany him. Now it says here, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Now, I interpret this as Obama, and he is the one that is about to lead us into captivity. Remember that verse in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, I think it's chapter 2, where it says, only he who will now let him letteth until he be taken out of the way. Now, I think that this is why he lets this happen. Something happens, and I'll tell you later what I think happens, why he's removed. And it's going to blow your socks off how this thing relates. So let's go here to verse 11. Now we have the beast coming up out of the earth. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Coming up out of the earth. Wow. I'm not even going to be able to go into this right now, but I will very soon, hopefully today. But to get through this series, I'm going to have to cut this info short. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had 2 horns like a lamb. 2 horns like a lamb. He is the illusion of Christ. Christ is the lamb, so he has the 2 horns like a lamb. He is the illusion of Christ, the Antichrist. The 2 horns represent Sumerian deity, and he spake as a dragon. Big clue here. Not what you're thinking now. I'll give it to you later. So, who is this Sumerian deity? Enki, Lord of the earth. I'll be back.